Gosh, why is that jerking like that? It should have a pretty good, signal. I like what today's KGB said. He said, the ideology that Tatum associates with is what got Tyree Nichols unalived. Yeah, I agree with that. And that's what I wanted to talk about because there were some people that were saying, hey, you know what? The best thing we can do with these Brandon Tatums of the world is to. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you guys can hear me. What's up, Brooklyn Audit? Hey, I got that body cam that you recommended, Brooklyn Audit. It just came the other day. I just charged it up. This one right here, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Whoa, look at that. It just turned on. I just unhooked it. Yeah, pretty nice. So you guys can hear me okay? What's up, Tashanta? Brooklyn Audit's here. Tashanta's here. Awakened is here. Girl with the camera. Demantoid. Silencer. Yeah, it is good. Okay, you guys can hear me okay? People were saying, hey, you know what? The best thing we can do with the Brandon Tatums of the world is just ignore them. And I would probably agree, probably, if everybody else ignored him. But he's got 2.2 million followers. Between him and the donut operator, I'm not sure what kind of the audiences overlap. I'm sure him, the operator, Mike the cop, and there's a bunch of other pro cop type people out there. They've got large voices, large platforms, large audiences, and the people that I've seen reply to the Brandon Tatum's of the world, even though when I watched the Tyree Nichols reaction video from Brandon Tatum, there were a lot of people in the comment section going, oh, you missed it on this one. This is more than missing it on this one. This is displaying a mentality that's pervasive, not just in the law enforcement community. If it was just relegated to the 920,000 cops that are in the United States alone, that's a pretty small, relatively speaking, that's a pretty small slice of America, especially if there's 336 million of us to 900,000. Let's just give them a million. That's 1/336th of the total population. What concerns me is not the tyrants who want to, spew their garbage and enact tyranny on other people. It's you got few tyrants over here, but you got the many followers over here that buy into everything they say. These are the guys who put their hands over the hearts, guys and gals, who put their hands over their hearts and say the pledges of allegiance without even thinking about what it is, who wrote it, what it stands for, and what are you doing? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. What are you saying? Are you just speaking to the air? It's like Catholic. I used to be Catholic, praying the rosary. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Or our Father who art in heaven, or saying the glory be. It's like you're just speaking into the air just because somebody told you to do it and your mom did it and your dad did it and your grandmother did it. Constantine Valador, you do great work. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm not concerned about the few tyrants who want to rule. I'm concerned about the many followers who want to be ruled and want you to be ruled. That's why I said more criminal than common criminals. What's more criminal? What's more pervasive? What's more evil than just regular criminals? Because we know when regular criminals do wrong. Oh, that thief broke into that business right there and stole the cash register. That's wrong. Oh, that guy over there forced that woman to have sex with him. That's called rape. That's wrong. Oh, that guy over there beat that person as he was trying to get on the bus. That's wrong. That person over there ended that guy's life. That's called murder. That's wrong. Yeah, we know that. But somehow there's this, and we constantly talk about it in this channel. There are blinders that go over people's eyes when a uniform comes into frame. When there's a badge, when there's, oh, we come with the authority of the state, roll down your window, do what we tell you to do. And that's what Brandon Tatum was saying. If you'll notice, I put out that YouTube short. That's just a snippet of the extended version that's going to be released, in the next couple of days. This guy really, I truly believe. What's up, Chuck Bronson? What's up, Alan M? John Denicola. Sorry if I missed your name. Don't get offended, guys. I just, some things are catching my eye as I'm talking. But Brandon Tatum demonstrated through what he said, because guys, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. When people talk, it's because it came from their hearts, it came from their minds, it's inside of them. Words, these audible frequency signals that we hear, they're just vehicles of thought. And those vehicles of thought materialize because of what's in your heart. So when Brandon Tatum says, "Oh, that baton was okay, I don't see no problem with that," he's literally saying, if I was one of those 5 Memphis cops, I would have done the same thing to that Tyree Nichols guy because he wasn't compliant. If you don't want it, he basically said, if you don't want to die, then just comply. As if, wow, there's no in between here. There's no de-escalation. If you saw that Tyree Nichols body cam footage from the very beginning, when the white cop comes out, and I'm only saying white cop because all the other cops seem like that were actually hands-on and involved. They were all the black cops. But when the white cop initially arrived on the scene, they were through the roof. The escalation was through the roof. There was Tyree Nichols was still in his car. The one officer on the scene, there was one guy on the passenger side, and the one guy just came up on the driver's side and he opened his door. Violation of the Fourth Amendment. I don't care who you thought this guy was. He has the right to be secure in his person's houses, papers, and effects. And there is zero indication that any of those cops thought Tyree Nichols had committed a crime, was about to commit a crime, fit a description of somebody who they thought might have committed the crime, or even was swerving like they initially said. If you look what the police chief said, she said, we looked at the street cameras. We looked at the body cams. We took a look at the dash cams. There was no indication that Tyree Nichols was swerving at all. No indication. That's from the police chief. If anybody had an incentive to protect the fellow thin blue line, it would have been that police chief. But she's saying we see no evidence for them even having pulled him over. But Brandon Tatum's going, hey, whether the cop is wrong or right, you just comply. If he tells you get out of the car, get out of the car. If he tells you to put your hands behind your back, put your hands behind your back. If he tells you to sit on the curb like a dog, sit on the curb like a dog. And I understand there's some level of wisdom where you gotta take each case, it's a case-by-case situation. I wasn't in Tyree Nichols' shoes. I'm not in your shoes. You're not in my shoes. There's some times where it's like, wow, this guy is over the top power tripping. He's probably roid raging. I don't know, but I do know one thing. My life is in jeopardy the longer that I'm in this guy's presence. So maybe I should try to tone it down a little bit. You want a yes, sir? Here you go. Here's a yes, sir for you. I'm not saying that anybody should say sir because they're not worthy of that kind of respect. But if somebody was sitting there going, you know what? Yes, sir, or my life. Yes, sir. What would you like, sir? Would you like peanut butter and jelly on that, sir? What's it going to take for you to get out of that situation? Now, on the other hand, I don't condemn anybody who goes, F you, FTP, screw you guys, because I'm not in that guy's shoes. Now, is it wise to be, getting in the control panel and pushing the buttons of somebody who's already aggressive, who's already unreasonable, who's already, he's flipping his lid, steam is coming out of his eyeballs and his ears? Probably not a good idea. But then sometimes you can be as nice as you can possibly be. They are not going to de-escalate. But what Dr. Brandon Tatum's prescription for you is just comply all the time. Do what they say. Brandon Tatum, I pointed this out in the video that you'll see forthcoming. Brandon Tatum is the kind of guy who'd be telling the colonists back in the 1700s, just do what the British say. It's only a 3% tax on tea. They're only quartering the troops in your house. Just let them just comply. Just do what they say. Don't take up arms against them. Stop writing the Declaration of Independence. Be good slaves on the plantation. Just comply. Stop giving the redcoats a hard time. That's Brandon Tatum. He's literally saying that. I guarantee you that is the heart of somebody who back in the 1700s would have never seen the Declaration of Independence come to fruition. That's who Brandon Tatum is. And the reason it concerns me and the reason I deal with it and the reason I can't ignore it is because there's a mass of millions and millions of people following him and Donut Operator and Mike the Cop who literally believe like that. They expect you to comply. If you didn't, even though the cops are wrong, they would say, you didn't comply, so you automatically did something wrong right off the bat. Brandon Tatum literally says that Tyree Nichols got what he deserved. Basically, you made your bed, you got to sleep in it. Now you're dead. Even though they may have done what was wrong, if you just did what was right, if you crossed your T's, if you dotted your I's, if you were a good little plantation member and did what the redcoats told you to do, you wouldn't be dead. Oh, really? Tell that to Daniel Shaver. He was trying like crazy. And I know I bring Daniel Shaver up a lot, but it's a great example of somebody who was literally trying his best to obey Philip Brailsford and his merry band of tyrants there in Mesa, Arizona. Plus, he was white. There's no racism involved in that. It's all 100% undiluted, unbridled power tripping from Philip Brailsford, who later is acquitted for summarily executing Daniel Shaver in the hallway of that La Quinta Inn in Mesa, Arizona. That's how bad the cards are stacked against us. That's why I can't let it go. That's why I'm not going to ignore it, because people need to see what the Philip Brailsfords of this world are all about. They need to see what the heart of Matthew Schneider, who tased Johnny Wheatcroft in front of his family 11 times, including once in the groin, pulling his pants down and completely humiliating him in front of his screaming, distraught, beside themselves kids. Nothing in this world, in this realm, in this reality would have brought Matthew Schneider down, Glendale officer Matthew Schneider, back into reality or back into humanity. Nothing, no amount of rationality, no amount of yes, sir, no, sir, no amount of, okay, I'll comply, no problem. Johnny Wheatcroft, literally, he wasn't even the driver. He was in the passenger side. There was no indication he had done anything wrong. Maybe Matthew Schneider didn't like the tats on his neck or something. What's happening is horrible, and I'm not going to shut up about it. So I wanted to go live to let you guys know, I think one of the worst things we can do, in my opinion, if you think I'm wrong, I want to hear it, because I think a reasonable, rational discussion about this situation is expedient, especially at this present hour where there's rampant tyranny going on. And now you got on the other hand, you got Black Lives Matter and Antifa wanting to riot. That's not the answer. You know what is the answer? Empower individuals, not citizens. Empower the public. Tell them, you know what we're going to do? You know what you politicians can do? You can drop the freaking gun laws, every single one of them. Any gun law is anti-American. It's unconstitutional, it's immoral. And if you want to go even further, if you're a politician who enacts any gun law, you're homophobic. Look, I'm just going to use their words. You're homophobic. You're transphobic. You're misogynistic. You know why? Because you're telling people who, I got to be careful what I say about on these live streams. You're telling those three groups of people, women, trans, you know what's, and home, you know what's, you're telling them you can't have these guns. You can't have an AK-47, AR-15. You can't have a high capacity magazine, which is just a standard capacity magazine. We can. Our group of merry henchmen and our political parasites can, and our security detail, they can be armed to the gills, but you can't. Can you think of anything more misogynistic? Can you think of anything more homophobic? Can you think of anything more transphobic than to tell those three groups, or how about this, racist? It's racist because you're literally telling Black people, we're going to disarm you. Hey, Black people, we're going to criminalize you for having AK-47s and AR-15s. Oh, this is not discriminatory. We're doing this to everybody. Yeah, it's criminal activity when you tell somebody they can't have an object that they want to use to defend themselves. If you really want to combat racism and misogyny and homophobia and transphobia, tell everybody, you know what? We're getting rid of every single gun law, federal gun laws, state gun laws, local gun laws. No more gun laws, because every one of those are a violation of shall not be infringed, period. Every single one of them. Background checks, that's an infringement. It's an infringement check to tell somebody that they have to jump through hoops and loops, and the state's going to tell them if they can have their firearm or not. It's BS, guys. It's utter BS. It's criminal BS. So what's more criminal than common criminals? Because common criminals, you know it was a theft, you know it was a murder, you know it's a rape, and you know what must be done. And there's no qualified immunity. But when you got the cops and you got the politicians and you got the judges and you got the court system and everybody involved in the court system, oh, somehow they all have qualified immunity. Somehow they're immune from prosecution. Somehow they've taken some magic pill to where everybody looks at them differently. And that's why we talk about the Brandon Tatums of the world on this channel. That's why all of you First Amendmenters, that's like Brooklyn Audits just bought 3 coffees. I appreciate that, Brooklyn Audits. Thank you very much. If you want to support this channel, I would, thanks for the super chats, but they take 30%. Somebody said they made a case for like 45% right off the top. If you want 100% to go to any kind of channel, just see if they have a Patreon, PayPal, Venmo, which I don't. I've been terminated off of, but I do have Buy Me a Coffee. I do have Cash App and Subscribestar. So if you want to tip me, I really appreciate it. You don't have to, but it is appreciated. Back to this thing, we got to expose what's going on here. Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them. Part of telling the truth is exposing the lie and the liars. And one of the great liars of our land, most of the liars are popular. It's the truth tellers that aren't very popular. The liars are. The Brandon Tatums of the world get the millions of views. The donut operators get millions of views. Why? Because they're applauding tyranny. And tyranny, for some freaking reason, is popular. Unbelievable. That's why I say politics and really law enforcement is the clever and deceptive art of using euphemisms, lies, emotionalism, and fear-mongering in order to dupe average people into accepting and even demanding the change of their own enslavement. It's like a mental cancer, and that mental cancer starts spreading. So when Brandon Tatum goes, I don't have a problem with the baton, I don't have a problem, he should have complied. Don't make them drag you out. Things are going to go real bad for you. What's he saying? Law enforcement is really, really bad for society. And the only way you can stave off the badness and the evil is just do what they tell you. Brandon Tatum would be the guy in 1930s Germany that told you, well, the SS officers ain't that bad. Just do what they tell you to do. What could possibly go wrong? Let them in your house. Let them search around. Let them show you that you show them that you got nothing to hide. Unbelievable. And then what, guys, I'm telling you what, if we just take Donut Operator and Mike the Cop and Brandon Tatum's advice, the box cars are soon to be rolling down the tracks. And the concentrations camps are soon to be built. Of course, according to a lot of people, they are built. You know, FEMA, what FEMA region are you in? Can't do it, can't go down, can't continue to go down that road. Not gonna do it, wouldn't be prudent. Can't go down that road to the box cars. And I make a joke out of it, but it's serious, man. This is serious stuff. He who walks with the wise will be wise, but a companion of fools will be destroyed. We will destroy ourselves if we continue to comply. And I'm not sitting here saying, anytime a cop pulls up, you just cuss my FTP, F the cops. Dude, if you want to, if that's you, go ahead. I don't think it's going to go very well for you. I mean, you're already talking about an authoritarian power tripper who is so insecure in and of himself that he has to have that uniform and badge on to make him feel like he's some kind of important as he commits his roadside fishing expedition upon you. Evil, it's evil stuff. So what's more criminal than a common criminal? A common criminal with a uniform and a badge that gets the applause of everybody else in the community saying, oh, his criminality isn't criminality at all. That's justice. Woe to those who call evil good evil and evil good, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter, who say that cops' criminality is no criminality at all. Nobody was, I mean, most of the people were saying about Johnny Wheatcroft, he should have just complied. Why? The guy didn't have to give his ID. At what point, I want to ask these people, at what point do you take a stand? At what point does the injustice of it all overwhelm you and consume you to where it's like, this might cost me. This might cost me, but I'm going to take a stand. Brandon Tatum is saying, don't let it cost you at all. Just cave to it. Just bow down. Get his name and badge number and find out what the incident number is and just go sue him. And, for some people, that might be okay. But who are going to be the people that toe the line and say, you know what? I don't care. You're messing with me, cop. So what's it going to be? Is it going to be constitutional protection or tyrannical expression? That's what people should ask him when they come up to the window. What's it going to be? What's it going to be, cop? Is it going to be constitutional protection? Are you going to protect my constitutional rights? Or is it going to be tyrannical expression? Are you going to serve and protect me? Or are you going to serve and protect the coffers of the state? What are you going to do? What's it going to be? Make your mind up. Go ahead. Do whatever you're going to do. But you know what? You're not getting my ID because I'm going to be securing my person's house's papers and effects. I'm actually going to live up to the terms that you swore to protect and defend and uphold. That's another thing about Brandon Tatum. Not only do I believe that he would have been right in there with those guys in that Scorpion unit. What was it? Street Crimes Organization for the Protection of the Neighborhood or something like that. Scorpion. They're calling themselves the Scorpion Unit, which I heard yet last night was disbanded. But I can totally see Brandon Tatum, number one, being a part of the Scorpion Unit, and number two, having a hand in taking care of the Tyree Nichols of this world. Oh, you thought you were going to go home and have dinner with your family, did you? We got some news for you. Another thing about submitting and complying, let them take you down to the police station. Let them handcuff you with the torture cuffs. Let them kidnap you. Let them take you down to a rape cage. And before that, let them strip off all your clothes and do a body cavity check. Just go ahead and do it. And then just fight it out in the court, the corrupt court system that is 100% stacked against you and me. It's infuriating. All right, I've been talking for 22 minutes. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Let me just recap. The reason I deal with the Brandon Tatums of this world and the reason that I expose them and the reason I can't ignore it is because there's way too many people that need the brush fire of freedom set inside of them. They need to back away from these Brandon Tatums and call them out for who they really are. I don't think Donut Operator ain't going to change. Brandon Tatum, he is not going to change. Mike the Cop, he's not going to change. They act like nice guys. They're not. They would do the very thing those Memphis cops did to Tyree Nichols. And I have video evidence and proof from Brandon Tatum's channel that he would have done exactly that. Again, stay tuned. It'll be uploaded soon. All right, guys, let's see. Let me just read some. If you want me to hang around and read some of your comments, put a 1 in the room. I don't want to wear out my welcome, guys. We're at 23 minutes right here, and I want this video to be shared. I wanted to do a video because I put out a community post asking you guys if you thought there were good cops and bad cops, and I do want to do a live stream because I said that I would. Just read some then. All right. Let's see. Anyway, okay, I'll tell you what. Let me read some after all these ones, but tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think we should drop, not deal with the Brandon Tatums, the Donut Operators, and the Mike the Cops of this world? Do you think we should just go on and do what I don't see how we can do what we're doing without exposing them. Part of the truth is exposing the lie as far as I'm concerned. And it's also instructive. So I bet Kevin Field says, I bet any amount of money that Brandon Tatum never played in the dirt growing up as a little boy. That's saying a lot as to why he's the way he is. Crypto King says, thank you, Brian, for all you do. It's extremely important. Thanks, Crypto. Samuel says, talk about plumber versus state. I'm not familiar with that. Dana Judd says, Tatum put a cross around his neck and thinks it will save him from his crimes against humanity. Good point. I don't even remember him. Gosh, it just doesn't come to mind that he wears a cross around his neck. Plumber versus state. Let's see. Plumber versus state. It was an 1893 court case decided by the Indiana Supreme Court. The case overturned a manslaughter conviction, ruling that the convicted defendant had been protecting himself from the illegal use of force by a police officer. Oh, wow, interesting. Who wants to hear about Plummer versus State? Oh, man, I hope I don't turn my computer off doing this. All right, let's see. The case overturned a manslaughter conviction, ruling that the convicted defendant had been protecting himself from the illegal use of force by a police officer. It's widely quoted on the internet under the false belief that it gives citizens the right to resist an unlawful arrest by force, including deadly force. This is from Wikipedia. So I wonder, you got to take it with a grain of salt, because while there's some good things on Wikipedia and it's all like in a nice, neat, convenient location, here's the backstory. On June 20th, 1892, Jackson Plummer, a 60-year-old man in ill health, left his home with his handgun and went looking for members of the town board of Kentland, Indiana. The board had ordered Plummer to trim his trees, and he objected. Plummer came into contact with John Keefe, a man named Elliot. Keefe told Plummer to go home. The board was not going to cut down his trees. Plummer started walking home, not before he had pointed the pistol at Elliot and a board member named Conklin, and had threatened the town marshal if he were to show up. James Dorn, who was the marshal of the town, then arrived. Dorn struck Plummer with a billy club and then shot him with a revolver without first informing Plummer of any intention to arrest him. Before Dorn struck and shot Plummer, Plummer had not resisted or behaved violently. That's why we have cameras. They couldn't record back in the 1800s, but we can record today. Get your cameras. Get your cameras out. Always have them rolling. Whether you think something's going to happen or not, you got to know, when you're in the presence of a cop, your life is hanging in the balance. I don't care how friendly the guy acts right now. 5 seconds later, it could be a completely different story. Taser deployed, bear spray coming out of the can, firearm waved in your face, you full of holes. You never know. You never know. So always have the camera rolling. Before Dorn struck and shot Plummer, Plummer had not resisted or behaved violently. He had walked toward his home with a revolver in his hand and told the officer to keep away. Dorn and Plummer exchanged gunshots, each hitting the other, and Dorn died from the gunshots. See, okay, so the very first part of this Wikipedia thing says that it's widely quoted on the internet under the false belief that it gives citizens, you're not a citizen, you're a human being, you're a member of the public, just like the cops are, by the way, give citizens the right to resist an unlawful arrest by force, including deadly force. There's a couple of things in play here. You have to understand that if you resist an arrest, you can pretty much expect that they're going to be sending reinforcements, and the reinforcements aren't going to be too kind to you. They're going to back the blue. Their fraternal order of police brother just got resisted, and they don't like that. So just know that if you resist a cop, there's some bad things coming your way, and it'll keep coming because they have unlimited resources virtually. They'll put the birds in the air, the dogs on the ground, the reinforcements are coming. They'll get out the SUVs. They'll get out snowmobiles. If it's in the wintertime, they'll get you. They'll try to get you. So just know. But what if the guy who approached your car to harass you wasn't a cop? What if he's just a thug with a gun? Can you defend yourself now? But somehow magically you can't defend yourself because somebody with qualified immunity just came to your window? It's preposterous, it's criminal, it's immoral, it's unconscionable. Pick any adjective you want. It's bad. It's bad beans. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting thing to read. I'm gonna look more into that. Are there any cases like Plummer versus State where you got a guy who resisted a cop and he was acquitted? Girl with the camera says, these cops are out of control. The other night when Joey was arrested, they told him to move for officer safety, asked what the law was. And he said, because I said so. Yeah, I love that. I love that. These cops think we are the, what do you mean, what's the law? We are the law. We can arbitrarily make things up whenever we want to. Now comply, boy. Or you know how this is going to go. Knuckle crack, brass knuckles on, hand on the gun. Yeah, exactly, girl with the camera. Ocular Prophet says blue spine happens all the time. Oh, you're talking to somebody else? Like the cop that was offed by the pesky citizen was not guilty in Houston. Constitutional auditor says Duran versus City of Douglas, 19. Oh, here we go, a 1990 case. Let's see. Duran versus City of Douglas. Let's take a look at this. Let me see if I can find a summary. Duran versus City of Douglas. This is from Justia. Plaintiff Ralph Duran directed a series of expletives and an obscene hand gesture at defendant Gilbert Aguilar, police officers. Officer Aguilar responded by detaining and arresting Duran, who, along with his wife, now brings a lawsuit for injuries he suffered during the incident. In the late evening of November 18th, 1987, Aguilar and another officer of the Douglas, Arizona Police Department were dispatched to a downtown hotel in response to a bartender's complained about an unruly patron. The officers arrived to find Duran intoxicated and threatening a bartender. Aguilar and Duran exchanged a few heated words, following which Aguilar escorted Duran out. Duran left the bar in an automobile driven by his wife, Alice. Soon afterwards, while out on patrol, Aguilar observed a car with a passenger who was directing an obscene gesture toward him through an open window. Aguilar did not know the passenger's identity at the time because the car had dark tinted windows, making it impossible to observe its occupants except through the open window. It was, however, the car driven by Alice Duran, who was taking her husband home. Duran's obscene gesture caught Aguilar's eye. Oh, they hate that. They hate that. Cops cannot stand you flipping them off. Cops can't stand you disrespecting them. Cops can't stand it when you don't comply. What is the deal? Why can't they just walk away? They can't. It's like, oh, you offended me. My ego right here on my sleeve. That ego right there is easily bruised, and you done it, boy. And because you bruised my ego, something bad's got to happen to you, that's for sure. Oh, man, what happened to sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never. Dude, call me whatever you want to. That's ignorant, that's stupid, that's childish. Just have your wife take you home. No, they can't have that. Aguilar began following the car as he followed the Durans down the rural highway beyond the Douglas city limits. Ralph Duran began yelling profanities in Spanish and continuing to make obscene gestures. At this point, Aguilar identified the passenger as the man he had confronted at the bar, believing that Duran was probably not going to be friendly. Aguilar called for backup and prepared to make a traffic stop, all because of a gesture and bad words. Aguilar and backup officer Rudy Salazar followed the Duran's car into a mobile home park where it stopped in front of what turned out to be their residence. Aguilar does not contend that Duran was yelling or otherwise causing a disturbance when the car drove into the park. Nevertheless, Aguilar, that's the officer, initiated a traffic stop by turning on his emergency lights. It's not an emergency. Guys, that's another thing. The emergency lights and sirens are supposed to be for legitimate emergencies, not because somebody hurting your feelings is not a legitimate emergency. Damaging your ego is not a legitimate emergency. So let's see. Nevertheless, Aguilar initiated the traffic stop by turning his emergency lights on. Aguilar ordered Duran to step away from the car, to which Duran replied, "I don't have to, you." Aguilar's affidavit says that Aguilar then told Duran that the reason for the traffic stop was to find out why Duran had yelled profanities and made obscene gestures toward him. Oh my God, man. Talk about petty. Duran responded with further profanities in both Spanish and English. Ooh, bilingual obscenities. That especially damages the fragile ego of law enforcement officers. In response, Aguilar decided to arrest Duran for disorderly conduct. A scuffle ensued during which Aguilar and Duran were injured before Duran was subdued and shackled. Ooh, yeah, are you going to shackle me, officer? We will place the cuffs on you. You mean shackle me? Oh, you're shackling me. Okay, gotcha. Let's see. He's shackled. After his transport to the police station, it was discovered that Duran had a dislocated elbow requiring hospitalization. Duran claims to have suffered some permanent loss of range in his elbow. The Durans brought this action for damages stemming from the alleged unlawful stop and arrest against Aguilar and Salazar, the city of Douglas, and various other police officers and city officials. Durand filed a motion for a partial summary judgment seeking a determination of liability as the defendant. Aguilar countered with his own motion for summary judgment on the grounds of qualified. I have qualified immunity. I'm a Mr. or Mrs. Judge. I am qualified. I'm qualified. I am qualified. I am qualified to be immune from any and all prosecution. I got my feelings hurt. I turned on my lights and sirens. I called for backup and I injured this man because of words, but I need to escape any and all penalties and judgments. Following a hearing, the district court entered a single order ruling in favor of the Durands on both motions. Amen. And say amen. Aguilar appeals the district court's order. That is Durand versus City of Douglas and Plummer versus State. Very interesting. Finally, some of those rare occasions where the court actually does what they're supposed to do. So let's see what you guys are saying here in the room. That's 35 minutes, guys. I think that's pretty good. I think that's enough. Hey, smash that like button, says back Shamil. How many likes we got right now? 238 likes. Can we get up to, can I get a 300 like? Can I get 300? We got 239. We got 30. Can I 242? Can I see 245? 245. All right. Constitutional auditor says Malley versus Briggs, 1986 is qualified immunity killer. Oh, really? Okay. Who wants to hear? If I get 51s in the room, I'll do Malley versus Briggs, but that's it, guys. That's it. Malley versus Briggs. That's from Constitutional Auditor. So you get the Constitutional Auditor over there. Malley versus Briggs. Let's see. Malley versus Briggs. Samuel says, I'm looking at running for sheriff next year, and my first order of business is to get rid of the Fraternal Order of Police. Oh my gosh, man. That's quite ambitious. Maybe start with gun laws. That's pretty ambitious, though. It's like, no, man, I'm going for broke. I'm going to eat that entire elephant. Forget one bite at a time. I'm starting with a hoof, and I'm not stopping until I get to the tail. I'm starting at the trunk, and I'm not stopping until I get to the tail. More power to you, Samuel. Mark Patsio's live with Max Egan. Incidentally, I talked with Max Egan. We had a really good conversation. It was a long conversation. I wasn't expecting that. It was like, I don't know, a week ago. It's pretty interesting what he had to say. All right, this is, oh, wait, what happened? I don't think this is that case. Pearson versus Ray. Oh, there's a bunch of qualified immunity cases. Pearson versus Ray. Bivens, 42 USC 1983, that's a civil rights lawsuit. Harlow versus Fitzgerald. Saucier versus Katz. Pearson versus Callahan. Let me go to the one that was suggested. Let's see. This is from Justia. On the basis of the monitoring of 2 telephone calls pursuant to a court's authorized wiretap of telephone of an acquaintance responded to. Boy, this sounds complex. Oh, wait, that's not. This is Malley versus Briggs. Well, let's see. Police immunity from civil lawsuit. Okay. In O'Malley versus Briggs, the U.S. Supreme Court held that police officers are only entitled to qualified immunity in civil suits concerning an issuance of an unconstitutional arrest warrant, and the standard of review in such cases is to be the objective reasonableness test. Ooh, I kind of like that. Objective reasonableness test. In other words, not reasonable articulable suspicion, which depends on the cop's feelings. I feel like I might be in danger, but kind of like along the lines of probable cause, objective, articulable, or observable fact. So let's see. The decision is contrary to the values recognized by circuit courts of providing greater immunity to police because of their essential function and overall prosecutorial process. It also disregards the well-established federal rule that the magistrate, not the police officer, determines probable cause. Finally, the articulation of the objective reasonableness test, that's ORT. Officer, not what's your reasonable articulable suspicion. That does sound good, guys, but you'd rather use objective, observable, or objective, articulable fact, or in this case, objective. What's the ORT? What's the objective reasonableness test? It can't be reasonable because you say it is. It's got to have some evidence that backs the probable cause. There's got to be probable cause. Let's see, the test, the objective reasonable test in Malley is inconsistent with previous applications of the test. Consequently, is confusing to those representing clients of unconstitutional police conduct. It is suggested that the U.S. Supreme Court must address whether the subjective element of the test must be proved to establish a cause of action for civil damages. That's interesting. It also must establish guidelines for magistrates and the police to assist them in determining probable cause. Once these issues are addressed, the court may better effectuate the twin goals of protecting the public from police misconduct and protecting police from frivolous civil lawsuits. I want to know the story of Briggs versus Malley versus Briggs. What's the story? Here's the case brief. Let's see. Respondents, a married couple who were prominent citizens, members of the public, in the community were arrested at their home shortly before 6 o'clock in the morning on March 19th, 1981. Hey, that's before red flag laws. We're from the government. We're here to help. Oh, you want to see something cute? Look at this. Little Dakota's asleep.
Oh, are you sleeping, buddy? Oh, good little guys. Oh, he's all tuckered out. He's like, I'm really sick of this qualified immunity talk. I can't believe these officers are getting away with murder. And it just kind of wears me out a little bit. It just wears me out.
He's got his favorite red suit on. Graham v. Connor. Bradley says, show me your papers. Joey needs bail help. Can somebody drop that link? Let's see. Hey, James Joseph or Brooklyn Audit or Constitutional Auditor. I haven't been keeping up with it. What's happening with Joey? Yeah, that's what I thought, Joe Poe. Dakota would love Jeff Berwick's Lucy. They'd play like crazy. Constitutional Auditor says the most important part of that case is, as a matter of public policy, qualified immunity provides ample protection to all but the plainly incompetent or those who knowingly violate the law. Let's get Joey out. Okay, somebody drop me a link. Let's help Joey out. Free Joey Surreal Camera. He's locked up till March 14th. Yeah, drop the video. What? Yeah, drop that video. We'll take here. I'll put it up on my screen. Needs lawyer money. I'm sure the frauditor troll type people are really tearing this up, aren't they? He's locked up until March 14th. Yeah, that's a good point. Cody Roy says, how can they knowingly break the law if they don't actually know the law? Okay, here's the link. All right, thanks, Brooklyn. Help Joey. Let's help Joey. I got to copy this off in a different way because it won't let me click on the link. Copy, paste. Cape Coral, Florida. All right, let me turn this around. Let me set this up right there. Can you guys see that okay? And let me turn my audio up. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I can't hear you, bro. Hold on. What was that?
Hold on a second. Let me refresh the page. Oh, man. Let me redo this. Here we go.
Yeah, I can't hear you, bro. Hold on. What was that?
I'm asking you, record, you guys record what you want. We're gonna need you guys to be in the front. I
know.
cannot have you guys in the back.
What is that? Is that a law?
I'm telling you to do so, okay? Because I'm.
Bro, we just got here, bro. We just want to film from a fair distance. What's your badge number and your name?
I'm not gonna give you that.
Why not?
Because I'm not. First of all,
It's your policy. It's your policy.
First of all, I didn't even stop you, okay?
Film the interaction.
Okay, that's fine.
What are you
I'm-
doing?
Is that illegal?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna film. What's your badge number
All right,
and your
listen
name?
to me, man. I'm asking you
You're-
to be in the front.
Are you
if
asking?
Listen to me first. I'm asking you to be in the front if you want to record. Because I'm gonna be in my car. I cannot have you in the back of my car.
Why not?
When I'm sitting there doing my paperwork.
You feel intimidating for a camera?
No, not a camera.
So why can't I be?
don't know you.
This
Do I know you?
No, I know you don't know me, but I don't know you either, and I just want to film the interaction.
Listen to me. We can
So girl with the camera says, here's the deal. I was with him, and so was Chuck Bronson.
go in the front so I can see you from my front window. That's what I'm asking you.
You don't have to see me though.
Yeah, I'm telling you to do so.
Are you asking?
Listen to me.
Don't
listen to
don't
me.
yell.
You do it,
Don't
or
yell.
I'm gonna make you to do it. Okay?
How are you gonna make
Do
me?
you do it? You do it, or I'm gonna make
How
you.
are you gonna make me?
Because I'm gonna make you. You are stopping
How?
my traffic stop right now. You are
I just
obstructing
got
my
here.
traffic stop right now.
I just got here. What's your Don't
You are
yell.
obstructing my traffic.
Don't.
You can't obstruct a traffic stop as you engage in a constitutionally protected activity, guys. They can't turn a constitutionally protected activity into obstruction. They just can't do it.
I'm telling
Yell.
you to be in the front.
Don't yell.
Well, I mean, they can, but they can't legitimately do it.
Go to the front right
Relax.
now.
Relax.
I'm not gonna relax,
Relax.
because I already gave you
So-
plenty of opportunities.
For-
Go to the front.
Is this a lawful order? Is this a lawful order?
Oh my gosh.
Go in the front. Yo, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that.
Oh my gosh.
Watch how I'm doing it. Watch how I'm doing it. Go, okay, I'm gonna take that. All right, let's go to my car.
Hey, listen.
You already passed that point, buddy. You already passed that point. You already passed that point.
Hold on, man. Relax. What's your badge number and your name, man?
Oh my.
Okay, so can somebody give me the link to Chuck Bronson's video? Because if Chuck Bronson and girl with the camera, do you guys have the other, like, do you guys have the video of him being arrested? Let's see if does anybody have that? Put a 1 in the room if you got it. Girl with the camera. Yeah, drop your link, girl with the camera. I'm gonna mod you right now. All right, you're a mod. You should be able to drop it. Yeah, let's take a look at this. That is a clear case, guys. You're going to tell me there's no lawyer that can pick up that case? That's a clear-cut case. Joey obviously did nothing wrong. He was obviously not obstructing. The cop was obviously in the wrong. Oh, she said no. I only have when they went hands-on. Constitutional law. Did anybody take it not live because it's so grainy? And not that we can't get the idea of what's going on here. I only have when they cuffed him. Oh, shoot. Does Chuck Bronson, didn't I see Chuck Bronson in the room? Does Chuck Bronson have it on his channel? Let's see.
What's up, everybody? Check.
Let's look at Chuck Bronson's channel. Was Chuck Bronson live at the time? You can't double stamp it. Let's see. Girl with the camera. Oh man, I wish one of you were recording him when they arrested. Oh, so nobody's got it? I checked. Oh, he doesn't have it? Shoot. Chuck was on the video in chat. I wasn't even paying attention. Was the cop wearing a body cam? Let's see. I'm sure somebody's already FOIA requested if he was. Let's see.
Listen to me first. I'm asking you to be in the front.
God, it's dark and it's grainy.
In my car, I cannot hide.
Oh yeah, he's got a body cam. I don't
Why
see
not?
it.
When I'm sitting there doing my paperwork.
You feel
He's
intimidated?
got a body cam, but I don't see it blinking. So, okay, so what do we do? What are we doing? Okay, somebody put the link to Joey's. Let's help Joey out. How much does he have a GoFundMe? If there's a GoFundMe link, let me put it up on the screen. Send it to me. This is what we do, man. Picture yourself sitting in jail till March 14th. We got to get him out. There's no bail. They don't have bail set for him. How much is the bail? Okay, Dana Judd says $1,500. He has Cash App, but it's not a clickable link. Shoot. How do we get him the money? How do we get him the money? Under Cash App and My Cash App, it says girl with the camera. Let's see. YouTube at Joey Surreal Camera. All right. Does anybody have? Let's see. Let's go over there. God, doesn't it feel good to help somebody out? All right, videos. The last video that he had was 4 days ago. Let me go into the About section. All right, so here's his Cash App. Let me see if it's a clickable link. Yeah, that's a clickable link. Here we go. Look at this. All right, that's a clickable link, guys. Oops. That is a clickable link for Joey. As a matter of fact, you can just hover your phone over that right there. It should work. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Here is the link. Okay, that's Joey's link. I'm going to go ahead and send him some right now. Actually, can I do it while I'm live streaming? I don't think I can do it while I'm live streaming. Can I? I'll tell you what, I'm going to do it as soon as I get off this live stream. I'm going to send him some money. I wish he had a, here, maybe he does. Maybe somebody put a link under his last video. Girl with the camera. Here's Girl with the Camera's channel. Joey Surreal arrested. Okay, what timestamp am I going on this? Joey Surreal update.
This up there. Unindoctrinated. Thank you for the update. Okay. They revoked his bond.
Okay, wait.
A quick update. Okay.
Guys, I apologize. I'm getting up to speed on this. This is new to me, so I apologize.
He's going to be in jail. I'm going to set a motion for reinstatement of bond. No, he's not getting out today. No, Hillsborough. So they revoked his bond, and I'm getting a lawyer to reinstate the bond.
Why did they revoke his bond? I don't understand that. Click the link I just put on there. Where? Okay. All right, I'm going to copy this link off. We'll go to this one.
I'm telling you to do something.
Are you asking?
Listen to me. Hey,
Don't yell.
You do it,
Don't
or
yell.
I'm gonna make you to do it. Okay?
This is from the Reluctant Prophets channel. Here's the Reluctant Prophet.
Make me.
Do you do it? You do it, or I'm gonna make you.
How are you gonna make me?
Because I'm gonna make you.
You know what I do? You know what I do? I picture myself, I'm Joey Surreal Camera. I'm in his shoes. I'm walking up to this traffic stop, and this cop is about to treat me like this. How do I feel? What kind of support do I want? What kind of justice do I want? Since we've already seen this, I'm just going to go. I'm going to scrub through this.
Feel intimidating for a camera?
No, not a camera.
So why can
I
it be?
don't know you.
This
Do I know you?
No, I know you don't know.
All right. So, yeah. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people already have that information. I'm just interested right now in helping Joey out. So how do we do this? Is the best thing to do the Cash App? Is there a GoFundMe that I'm not aware of? Let me know. Let me know. I want to help all I can. Oh, there's not. Let's see. So Melissa asked, girl with the camera, do you want it going to your Cash App or should it go to Joey's Cash App? Because I mean, whatever Cash App it goes to, should it go to Joey's Cash? Am I putting the right link up there? Okay, thanks, Reluctant. Just the Cash App. Oh, shoot. I just put the wrong, sorry guys, I just put the wrong link up there. This is the link right here. That's Joey's Cash App right there. So if we give it to Joe, if we put it in Joey's Cash App, but he's in jail, is somebody going to be able to have access to that cash so they can actually help him? Does anybody know the answer to that? Joey won't have access to the cash. Yeah, that's right. That's what my question was, Swamp Lover. That was my question. Is it a good idea to give it to Joey's Cash App if he's the only one who's got access to that account? Because he could have $1 million sitting in an account, but if he can't access it, it's not going to do him any good. So what do we do? What do we do here? I want to make sure I help. I don't want to be a hindrance here. They're holding him for 2 months on something else. Send it to girl with a camera. Oh, you have access to his accounts. Okay, good. So that's the right one then. Okay, there you go. Here, I'm just going to blitz the room. There you go. She has access. Okay, good. Thanks. You have rights. Sorry, it lags for some reason. All right, so let's help Joey out. I'm gonna chip in as soon as I get off this because I can only chip in through my phone, I think, because I don't think I've ever accessed it through. Yeah, I don't think I've ever accessed it through my computer. Thanks, Adam, for that. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate the Cash App and Brooklyn Audit. Thank you for buying those coffees, man. Okay, I'm going to end this. Please see, girl with the camera said that she has access. Okay, thanks, Press with Ranker. Yeah, no problem, Melissa. All right, yeah. So let's help Joey. Let's get him out. If I was sitting in prison, what is? Did they reinstate his bond? I mean, get me up to date. Get me up to date. Brian, go back up. I put a good one for you. Thanks, you have rights. I appreciate that, man. That's pretty humbling. Thank you. Check out my last live last night at the protest in New York City when you get time. Okay, Brooklyn Audit, I will. How much does he need? Do you guys know? The bond is still revoked. Why? Okay. All right. Can somebody fill me in? Why was his bond revoked? It seems like a pretty cut and dry case that the cop was wrong. They revoked his bond, but gave him another bond. We need to go to court to get reinstated. And I guess that's not going to happen until tomorrow or what? $1,500 for an attorney. And do you guys have an attorney that's actually going to take the case? Do you have somebody lined up? And refresh my memory. What state is this in? Same charge. I think the lawyer's $1,500. He has 2 open cases. Thanks, Brooklyn. Saved, yeah, exactly, Eric Farmer. Save Joey from, I would want to be saved from a dungeon. I don't want to eat their food. I don't want to drink their water. I don't want to be in a rape cage. I don't want to be in there any longer than I have to with the mold or whatever's in there. It's just horrible. There's so many horrible things about sitting in a cage. Not only that, you're separated from your loved ones. Give me a break, man. They revoked his bond, says Press with Ranker, because he did nothing wrong and the cop did. When you're out on bond for a previous case and get another charge like he did in the video, your bond gets revoked. Nick, you said your bong will get revoked. No more bonging for you, buddy. I would not want to be sitting in jail right now, ever. It's Lee County Jail. Oh, is it Lee County Jail? Says Darth. Why do cops have "In God We Trust" on their cars? They managed to come across. I have a lawyer who will take both cases for that amount. Man, I hope it's a good one. Yes, Lee County. Okay, guys. Hey, I'm out of here. Man, I can't believe we've been on for an hour. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Please support Joey Surreal Camera right now. I'm going to go to the Cash App, send him some money. What if we all did that? There's 300 and something people in here. What if every one of us just gave $3, $4, $5? What if we all gave $5? We could take care of it right now. $5. We could take care of it. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon. Take a look at a couple of my YouTube shorts. If you can do me a favor, because I don't know, they're doing something to my algorithm. If you can take a look at a couple of past videos, they're all still very relevant. If you could do that, and I'll check out. You know what? Maybe one day on a live stream, we'll look at the back end of my channel and we'll see if there's any kind of bump when we all go to watch more videos. So yeah, check out some more videos. Let's help Joey Surreal Camera. Let's get him out of jail. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Remember, the price of freedom will always be eternal vigilance. Stay vigilant or you're going to lose your rights. Always exercise them. I'll see you guys in the next video.